So it was kind of dealing with that was kind of most of the weirdness of that experience, and then going back to work was kind of an inevitable necessity.
Did it help going back to work because you were sort of...
In a way, you know, it's such a mix of things. It was so bizarre to go back and work with all these people that, you know, we'd taken a break, and me and Heath had gone to New York when it happened, and then the film was postponed for a month, and everyone met up again, and it was very bizarre for everyone to meet up, I think, and there'd just be this huge kind of void, you know, and then the inevitable kind of creative decisions that need to be made about how the film was going to be finished, and kind of just keep churning through it. At the same time, it was incredibly nice to, like, have all these people around me who kind of were in a similar situation and could just be quite productive, you know.
It's almost like family, I suppose.
Yeah. And there became a real sense of, like, we love Heath, we want to, like, you know, do what we can to finish this film for him, and he worked so hard on it, and it was really, the 3 men who came on afterwards to help with it came in that really generous spirit too, and so it was quite a beautiful thing to, like, to be like, okay, let's do it, you know, and we did.
And is there a sense that camaraderie amongst a kind of company of actors or people working together on a thing, is that one of the things that appeals to you about acting over modelling, where maybe there isn't that?
For sure, and I think that's got a lot to do with, like, the time sequences, because photo shoots are so, like, quick, and so you'll see somebody and then you won't see them again for 3 months, and there is definitely that kind of movement to it. Whereas with something like this, we were working on it for 5 or 6 months, so it is really nice to, like, meet people who really inspire you and then get to spend such a significant amount of time working together or something.
Because it's interesting having the two of you here, Isabella and Lee, because you had a similar path. You know,
yes, I did. I started modelling and then I went to act.
And is that one of the things you enjoyed about film?
Well, you know, I like modelling better.
Because it was fast.
Because it was fast. Because it was fast, you know, and if you liked the people, it was great, but then you could go home. But if you didn't like the people, you didn't have to worry because it was over. Instead, in a film, you know, you're away from your family for a long time, and that's hard when you have children. And then if you don't like them, you're stuck with them for months.
Listen to these words. They are wise.
Change my tune.
But now we've established you're incredibly young, but you...
You're incredibly old.
Old, yes. That's what I thought we established, really more than that. But no, because you were 14 when you were discovered?
Yeah.
And what, you were just walking through the streets of London and somebody...
I was in Soho at night with some friends, and yeah, a guy who I'm still friends with, who worked at my agency, just, you know, kind of ran after us, and the story always gets told that I was eating a burger, but I was actually vegetarian. I was just standing outside a burger shop, but and the story still gets told that he chased me down the street, which he didn't really, but I think I was just a little bit kind of, I guess, cautious, you know, like a man comes up to you late at night with a card that says I'm a model agent, and you're, you know,
we've all
you're
been
sensibly...
caught like that, really. We've all... I've paid the price a few times.
I'm the one handing out the cards.
Yeah. That's how we met.
Yes. Nothing you're uncomfortable with. But by contrast, Isabella, I mean, you had an extraordinary childhood in that, you know, obviously, Ingrid, your mother, Oscar winner, Rossellini, famous film director, you grew up with paparazzi and all of that. Yes. But in terms of your working life and modelling things...
I started very late.
Very late?
Partially because I think I was so intimidated because my family was so known. My mother had won 3 Oscars, Ingrid Bergman. My father was very established in Europe.
We have a picture of the family.
Oh, that's a family. Yeah, that's Mum and Dad.
Now, you on the knee, or you...
I am the one on my knee of my older brother.
Oh.
Yes, and I have a twin sister. The one with the finger on the mouth. Yeah. That one, yes.
Yeah. I like the way no one's looking at the camera. The entire family has missed the camera. But so you were intimidated by the...
Yeah, I think I was. And then when modelling came to me, the same, you know, a little bit. There was a photographer, Bruce Webb, a fantastic photographer, who wanted to photograph me, and he was so charming, and I knew him socially. And that became a huge career. And that also, later, that encouraged me to be an actress, because throughout my life I was asked, you want to be like your mom, a movie star or an actress? But I would have said, no, that would be impossible. But then after many years of modeling, I felt that modeling and acting were similar, don't you? Because you don't really, I mean, they do want you thin and tall and, you know, with certain eyes. But at the end, you as a model, you emote in front of the camera. It's emotion that the camera, if you stand like this, even if you have the perfect nose and the perfect eyes, doesn't make a photo. So the emotion is what you do, and that's what you do as an actress. I thought there were many similarities.
Sue does the show Supersizers, where she goes back to various eras, and the idea is to eat the food, but you also wear the clothes.
Yes.
Because we have a picture of you. Is this the French Revolution?
Oh, and I know. Yeah, the emotion there is I've eaten too many calves' testicles.
Is that the face you were talking about? You can't do that.
Yeah.
You must emote.
I look properly jowly, like a jowly pig in knickers there. But it was the Restoration era, and I think just before that I'd eaten a special kind of bread and butter pudding which had a spinal cord in it. For some reason they thought, oh, that's nice. Let's put a little bit of BSE in it. Yeah, it was. So it was bread and butter pudding, but basically bone marrow in it, which melts.
How very method acting of you.
I just was drunk. No, I mean, that's the way.
It's not a drama. That would be a terrible drama. In fact.
The costume department would have sadly let us down on the old glasses front. Why those restoration specs?
No, it's like it's sort of a...
Children's pantomime.
No, it's an entertainment show where they just go back to things and they try the life, the food and things.
This is the story of my career, is that I'm not well known enough for people to know what I do. It has to be explained through a third party. She's the one that does that thing that's got the thing in it and she eats stuff. That's the one. No, not that one, the other one. Yeah. Not Sue Pollard, no, the other one.
No, but I have to say, Supersize, you and Giles Corran, I mean, have you refused to eat anything?
Yes, the only thing I ever refused to eat was foie gras, on ethical grounds. I mean, I've never eaten it and I don't intend to eat it. So I personally would never eat anything that is the product of animal cruelty. So all the stuff we ate, however repulsive it was, it had been properly looked after before it died. So basically all I was eating was the bits that no one else wanted to eat. So the pig's snout, pig's tail, load of testicles, gallbladders, you know.
Now, because sheep's head, I know it's not delicious, but it doesn't sound that bad.
It is.
It sounds, yeah.
It's slightly overcooked, and we were just talking, and the whole cheek just slid off. It is a bit like an anatomy sort of lesson. It's quite queasy. But to be honest, that's what sherry's there for, which I developed a real taste for. Really did.
You haven't done Celebrity Get Me Out of Here, have you?
No, that's a doddle.
You can do that standing on your head now,
Oh, witchetty grab. I'd pop 10 of those at a go.
But apparently one of your biggest regrets isn't something you ate. It was the ping thing.
Oh, the...
Yes. Why did you ever think that was going to be a good idea? Tell the people what you did.
There was a meal, and there was something called a monstrous egg, and this was just after the French Revolution. They had these incredible banquets. It was all about excess and dancing in the sort of twilight of the monarchy. And that's what it would have been had they been making a proper history programme, but I got to it and said it became this sort of drunken pantomime. And the monstrous egg is basically a pig's bladder stuffed with rotten eggs, which I basically scooped out and then wore it like a swimming cap. And my hair smelt for 6 months. In fact, look, she's leaning back now. Don't get down with the fur.
Do you cook at home?
Not anymore. I haven't eaten for 6 months. I may never eat again. Yes, I do. Mainly chickpeas.
Lovely.
They're good.
And Isabella, Lily, do you cook?
I cook some. I have children, so I cook some. I have to.
You're a student. You don't cook at all.
Now and again. Now and again.
Yeah.
You open a tin.
Very rarely. Yeah, sometimes.
Do you live like a proper student? No.
No.
You have a huge Winnebago just parked outside the college. Lecture in 5 minutes, Miss Cole. Well, listen, this is a warning to you if you are going to bake, because, you know, the internet, marvellous as always. There's, I don't know what you do, basically this website, it's like kind of when cakes go bad, all right? These are professional cakes. People have paid for these cakes, right? But you would want your money back, and the idea is people take pictures of them and send them in. I don't know if you've seen this. So cake wrecks. Now the biggest thing is spelling is a problem. For instance, here's "fuck you." These are genuine. These really are genuine, right? So there's "thack you." There's "happy birthday." Good luck, everybody. These next ones, I love these next ones. These are obviously people who have rung up, right, on the phone, and they've said, and what would you like on your cake, right? And they've told them. Olympics rings. I don't think that's what they were expecting, was it? They were hoping for some colourful... They were hoping for some colourful rings. That's not as good as this one. This one's genius, right? Best wishes, Suzanne. Underneath that, we will miss you. Now, animals, we all love animals, not in that way.
Yeah. Why animals?
Here's a dog that has clearly been run over, that dog. Now, this next one, what the hell is this? Look at that.
It's basically marzipan taxidermy, isn't it?
It's supposed to be a mole cake. Now,
it's a walrus.
Whether that's a cake or whether a mole crawled into an oven and went, isn't it warm in here? And, oh, yes, so this is, you know, babies, you know, baby cake. Now, so, welcome, baby Tristan. Now... that baby is the result of alien abduction. That's...
Dave Roswell.
This gives a whole new meaning. This next one gives a whole new meaning to bun in the oven.
That's fascinating. I love that one.
Isn't that amazing? And BBC One viewers, can I just say, don't bother complaining about this next one. Because that is a teapot.
Yes, yeah.
You don't believe me. You think it's a whale in a wedding dress.
I think so.
Finally, we have a peacock. I can't see the P. Anyway, well done, all the order cakes. Very good. There you go. There you go. Now, after that, is anyone in the mood for music?
Yeah.
Ladies, hold on to your pants no longer. Here he is. It is Mr. Michael Buble.
Come fly with me, let's fly away. No,
Shut down.
Hi, everybody.
There it is.
Nice to meet you. Hi, how are you? Nice to meet you. To meet you, to see you.
They've been waiting for Michael Buble.
How's it going?
They have.
Do you know what's funny? I've met you before. But by meet you, I mean, I creepily watched you at an airport. And you were very sweet. You were so lovely, and you were on your phone, and I just sat there just watching you and trying to get your attention by going like, hey! Or, hi, Leyland.
I'm so glad that's where that story went. Well, just when I say met you, I was, oh no.
Yes, I was wearing night vision goggles outside your house.
That's right.
Now, you, and I don't know if this is a euphemism,
Yeah.
but you have kissed fish.
Well, yeah, my father was a fisherman, and when the first one came over the bow, that's what you would do. You'd kiss it.
So it's alive. It's kissing you back.
It's alive, it's kissing you back, but it was a good luck thing. It was to show respect to the fish gods or something, I don't know.
But this was proper serious fishing. You weren't a trawler. I mean...
This was deadly. This was like, yeah, I was my father's still fisherman.
And you were going north of Vancouver, so it was incredibly cold and...
Cold, hard, makes me realize how easy my life is now. And he's also a conservationist. He's very careful. I just want to say this to you.
Yeah. No, but also, the thing is...
My dad is a killer. A cold-blooded fish killer.
So your father, he's out in the trawlers.
Yeah.
So it was your grandfather who introduced you to music and kind of got you started.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I was 15 or 16 when I started working in the nightclubs. But I was